Welcome to the start of Halloween Havoc, as it's going to be the WCW Television Championship on the line. Submissions rules, that's the rules of our champion. Our champion applies those rules in every match he defends his championship and pretty much says, hey, you want a title shot? You want a chance at my championship? You got to do it this way. Apollo Crews says, perfect. I won an opportunity for this. I became a #1 contender for this. I came to WCW to get chances and get opportunities so I can show everybody else what I can do. So I'm going to take it here. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to fight for that spot. And Apollo Crews definitely going to have his hands full for him here, because you got to not only pay attention to the champ, but you got to pay attention to his manager, his daddy. His daddy's outside. His daddy makes sure he wins the title. That's what happens. Our television champion should be approaching soon. But I think this could be a spot here for Apollo Crews to take over and become the guy, the champ. Again, that WCW Television Championship gets you exposure, gets you a chance every single night to be exposed, to have a match. It's the rule of it. You got to be on every single show, every single TV show. And then you got a title defense. You can defend it anytime you want on a TV show, depending on WCW, the upper ups. And Charlie Dempsey, ready to go here. William Regal just walking himself. That's my boy right there. And William Regal, the man who inspired Charlie Dempsey, to tell him, hey, you should make that title mean something. Make that title mean the world. And when they think of that title, it's submission matches. And that's how you're going to beat every single one of these kids. Every single one of these guys that comes in your way, you're going to make them tap out and you're going to make them cry. Like, yeah, you're not going to be champion forever. No. But your reign will be synonymous with you always winning these matches with submission. Apollo Crews says he's not scared of the submissions. He'll figure it out. He's not a submission-based guy. That's one thing for a fact. Apollo doesn't, do it. But Apollo said he's been training. He's been looking at submissions, and he says even that gives him the advantage over Charlie Dempsey, because he's got footage of Charlie making people tap, making people submit, and how he leads up to it. There is no footage of Apollo Crews really going into the submission base. You'd have to look into the archives for that kind of stuff, but no, you're not going to have it like that. Crews is ready to go here. Apollo Nation went behind him, ready to do this damn thing. But the champ, I got to speak to him before the match. He ain't ready to let go of this championship. Charlie Dempsey ain't ready to let go of that title right there, that WCW Television Championship. And again, the Television Championship just gives you what every superstar wants: more exposure, more chances to prove that you're great, your greatness, more chances to prove how good you are at this. And that's what that championship does. It carries that weight of it, where it says, hey, that you're supposed to be on television every single week. That's the championship. You can defend it every week if you choose to. You can defend it every now and then. You can look at challengers. You can come out and be like, this is my challenger. Okay, I'll come watch this little bit by little bit. But this one tonight was given a nice little treat to open it up right now. WCW Board of Directors said, this is actually the match. This is the match we want to start off Halloween Havoc with. We want to see if Apollo Crews, who says he's been hiding under a rock because they've been forcing him to hide under a rock, is going to be able to come out here tonight and really give it his all when the championship's on the line. Apollo running it up here, running it up there. There you go, Apollo. Apollo Crews says, I'm doing things I need to do. Apollo, look at the strength here of Apollo Crews to slam down Charlie Dempsey. I think Charlie might have not wanted. Look again. This is the overpowering Apollo. This is the part we know about Apollo. He can become overpowering if he chooses to be, and he has an athletic ability, and he's very agile. It gets him what he needs to get to. And look at Charlie now picking up Apollo. Suplexing just like nothing, man. Like nothing. A knee to the face of Apollo. And Charlie with the running knee. Charlie's too good with that running knee. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. That man runs at you, hits you with that knee, and says, there you go, take it. No, Apollo now switching it up again there. Again, the momentum will go carry on back and forth. Went for that. Nothing at all there for Apollo. Back is hurting a little bit, and Charlie comes again. And William Regal up to his bastardly tricks over here. Come on, man. Come on. Apollo didn't win a #1 contendership match for nothing, man. He didn't just win that match, say, hey, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to just go here just so I can lose to some cheap tactics by William Regal. No, no, no. That's not the way it went through, as Apollo got through Joe Coffey for that title match to get that #1 contendership matchup. And all, again, Charlie Dempsey not being, I guess, he has his own group. He has his own faction. They're not here tonight. They're not here in the building, according to William Regal and Charlie Dempsey. They're not here. They're not out there in the back. They're not. There's no secret. No. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna do it on my own." But honestly, I think they're in the building. I think they're in the building. And the submission match. The crazy part about it, this match cannot end by disqualification. It needs to end by just solely a submission, and that's about it. I think they're gonna come in and interfere. Not like he's had a history of it. Yeah, he has had a history of it, and they've come in and they've helped out. But what's going to change? Why Apollo? Why wouldn't they come out to beat up Apollo? Come on, you can't buy the bullshit that Dempsey and William Regal are bringing it out here, that they're spewing. You can't buy that at all. So Apollo definitely will have to keep his eyes on the match. William Regal on the outside, and the fact that Charlie and his mates might come out here. His mates might come out to help him win this match and retain his championship. And Apollo trying to come in with that clothesline. And now Dempsey, now Apollo running with that clothesline. He's trying to feel into it. The crowd knows that if Apollo can get there, start running that momentum, it could be a new champion. And look at that suplex. Dangerous suplex to go for it. And Charlie wants him up and telling Regal, hey, you ready? You ready for this? We're about to retain our championship here tonight. And Charlie with an uppercut, flying uppercut there. And now Charlie Dempsey trying to lock in the arms here. He's not going for the submission yet, but he is doing work right now, getting work onto it. And Apollo able to get out of it. He's quick to it. Now Apollo back into the ring, but Charlie Dempsey quicker on that one, telling him, I would just been waiting for you to get back in the ring. And now Dempsey bouncing him off. The referee's a little distracted. There's a suplex. And Charlie Dempsey got the referee's back turned. And I'm wondering what Dempsey's doing. Apollo with the counter. Apollo now drops him on his back. This is for the WCW Television Championship. Charlie Dempsey has held that championship since it's oh, bam! Big time slam by Apollo. Apollo just showing you the strength. But yes, Charlie Dempsey has been holding that championship since the rebirth of WCW back in April. They're now in October, so that man's been holding that title for a cool minute, ever since he got the inaugural win over his dad, William Regal. William Regal and Charlie Dempsey went at it for that championship. And Apollo bomb. Apollo is doing what he needs to do, and now he's got the submission, and he's got like a sort of knee to the back, camel clutch in the front. But Charlie Dempsey said, that's your submission, that's your go-to move. I'm gonna get out of that so easily. Charlie Dempsey pretty much beat his father for that championship. I don't know, like, the fight was brutal. The fight was a man's man kind of matchup right here, something you see on the streets of Blackpool. And it was a great win, but some people say that maybe William Regal just wanted to get his ass beat and wanted to beat his son's ass. But either way, at the end of the day, William Regal wasn't really about it for the title. But Dempsey has defended that championship pretty well, under some questionable interference here and there. Which bastardly heel hasn't ever done that, you know? Which ones haven't done it? Charlie Dempsey just following the mantra of being that guy. And look at Charlie setting it up right there in his father's honor. Look at that submission. That is how he's been winning them. After all, his crew jumped the whole every opponent he's ever had. So they jumped him 100,000 times. And Apollo saying, maybe he is right. Maybe Charlie Dempsey is right, and his crew is not here tonight. He sent them back. Maybe he wanted an actual fight with Apollo. And if that's the case, that would be an interesting interesting development for me, I think. Why Apollo? Why would Charlie do that? Is Charlie planning something else? Is he planting seeds and thinking Apollo could join my crew if I beat him? If I beat the respect in him and make him tap, I think I can beat him and he can join the crew. We can help him out. Charlie's ultimate goal, when I got a chance to speak to him, he said, hey, look, The TV Championship is me right now. It's what I want to do. Want to get my recognition out there because I want everybody to know. And then once this title is gone for me, everyone's gonna want me every single week. It's like when you're training something or you want something to do and you keep giving them gum for certain little things and you keep making that noise. Like that's what it is right there. That's what's gonna happen. But he's pretty much saying he's gonna make the people love him, and when he loses the title, he's gonna move on. He says the next aspiration he has, not for him, but for his group, his group, the North. That's right. That's right. Charlie Dempsey is yes, he is the leader of that group. I don't care what people say. And Charlie Dempsey smacking him right here on the outside. That's right. The NQCC, man. The NQCC. This count out will count, actually. I forgot to mention that count outs do happen in submission matches. Charlie Dempsey does not want to, will retain the title. Apollo doesn't want to end like that. Apollo's like, okay, I guess I'll go in. And then Apollo, you better step out. The title's on the line, Apollo. Apollo, the title's on the line, man. What are you doing? The title's on the line. Why, Apollo? Why? What? Apollo. Apollo. Why would you let him? What? What was you? What? Okay, that leaves me with WCW questionings. What it just occurred in the building here tonight, and why, and what is going on here, and why did Apollo? Why did you let that happen? I don't know. I wish I knew what that was and what happened, but it seems like Charlie Dempsey's going to be the champion, and I feel like we just got finger poked and doomed here tonight. I feel like that's what just happened here tonight to us. I feel like that's what just occurred to make it look like this was an actual competitive matchup, and it wasn't. Did Charlie Dempsey manage to tell Apollo, hey, I'll give you a spot in my group and we'll make you a champion if you have a match with me here tonight? You know, in this matchup here, you throw it. You just let me get counted out real quick. We just throw a farce so WCW management doesn't come up with it. What the hell kind of ending is this? Controversial nonetheless. It's a WCW kind of ending. But I guess Apollo is accepted. I didn't even know there was an offer to become a member of that crew. I didn't know that Charlie Dempsey rolled that way. He was getting this open invitations for no quarter catch crew. I didn't know this was going on. Apollo gets the win on the record books, but not the championship. But it looks like Apollo has set aside somewhere else and says, I'm not gonna work to the system. The system can be pissed off. The fans can be pissed off about this. I just slapped him in the face with this match. I don't care as long as I get championships. I know those guys will for sure hit me a championship. I don't know where this went or what happened, but WCW be WCW, man. I'm out of this matchup. We're going on for the next couple matches. I don't know, man.